Hi everybody. Today topic is respiration. So in this video we are going to discuss on the respiration. So that we are called respiratory system. So the respiration is very important for the production of ATP. So the final product is ATP. That is the by the process of respiration. So after the digestion is completed, means the digestion is completed, the basic parts of the elements are produced, means the that is glucose and fructose, galactose, that is lactose. So these are converted into basic molecules of glucose and sucrose, means fructose, and also the proteins also converted into amino acids, and that is final products, and from the lipids the fatty acids are produced. From this substance, means this digested food materials transferred through the blood to the every single cell of the animals. So every single cell participate in the respiration with the help of respiratory system. So why every cell will single cell participate in the respiration, means every single cell produced their own ATP with the help of, that is oxygen. So with the help of oxygen, every single cell produced ATP. That ATP is only produced by the basic molecules of the food materials. So uh, actually respiration is that the production of energy and release of carbon dioxide from the food materials by the using of oxygen in the cellular level, called as respiration. So means the energy is produced in the respiration, and carbon dioxide also released in the respiration. How they are released and produced means, actually these two are produced by the using of oxygen in the cellular level, means every single cell gain the oxygen from the respiratory system, and convert the food materials into energy, and they are also produce the carbon dioxide with the help of oxygen. So this we are called as a respiration. So actually, the respiration is not easily done in our that is in our that is system. That is it has the that is important respiratory track is there. Actually, there are organs are present in our body, respiratory organs. That organs are very important for the every animal for using the oxygen and produce the ATP. If the respiration is not function normally, that is cause to different type of diseases. Means it is not. It is the very important in every animal for the respiratory system, right? For the digestion, for the production of energy. So this is very important. Actually, in the every animal, the respiratory organs are present. So that's everybody know. And once again, we are discussed on that respiratory organs that we are called as a that is lungs. The primary respirators in vertebrates means lungs. The lungs gain the oxygen, and they are participate in the inspiration and expiration, and gain the oxygen and release the carbon dioxide. Gills also there, second one. So gills means these are present in all maximum in water animals, means that is fishes, mainly in fishes it is present in the fishes also. uh, these are also gain the oxygen from the water molecules, and release the carbon dioxide at the same time. So this is function of the gills also there. And skin is one of the best example is that is frog. The frog skin also respirated with the help of skin. So the frog is very easily respirated through their skin, and that oxygen is also useful for the production of, that is metabolic activities, means production of ATP. So these three mainly, more than three is there, but mainly the respiratory organs are lungs, gills, and skin is there. So the types of respiration actually. So what we know, the organs of the respiration. uh, but the types are different in the respiration. So actually in the respiration there are two types are there. One we are called as a external respiration, and the second one we are called as a internal respiration. So external means external. So that is so types of respiration. The types of respirations means there are mainly two types in respiration that we are called as a external respiration, and the second one we are called as a internal respiration. So external respiration means the between the environment and between the environment and respiratory organs, right? So means our mainly animals containing the lung structure, that lung structure connected with open by the nostrils, that nostrils are open into the environment. So the environment is directly that is transfer the oxygen into our lungs with the function of that is inspiration. So means that taking the oxygen from the environment to the lungs, that we are called as a external respiration, that we are called as a external respiration. So this process is present in between the environment and between the lungs as a two types that we are called that is mainly we are called as a that is inspiration and expiration. So in the inspiration from the environment, we are gain the oxygen. In the expiration, our body is release the carbon dioxide into the lungs. That lungs are eliminate the carbon dioxide into the environment. So this we are called as a external respiration. So means the environment between the lungs through the that is nostrils, the external nostrils, and that is nostril cavity, internal nostrils, and they are open into the lungs. So the lungs are directly connected with the environment. So means our lungs are filled with environment in the inspiration, and at the same time carbon dioxide released, and that also that is come out from our lungs with the help of expiration. So here there are three that is examples are there that we are called as a jellyfish. So jellyfish is best example, and earthworm. Earthworm is also very best example because and their that is epidermic means their skin is containing number of that is mucus glands. That mucus glands directly that is gain the oxygen from the environment. It the best example that is frog is also there. So frog skin is also act as a respiratory organs. That skin, the external skin directly gain the oxygen with the help of mucus which is present on the outer membrane of the frog. Means skin on the skin. That mucus is gain the oxygen and transfer into the every cells. So the means the connect with that is the environment and organs, that we are called external respiration. So in the human beings also the lungs are connected with environment through the nostrils. So that we are called external respiration, means taking the oxygen and release the carbon dioxide. This we are called external respiration. But second one is the second part is there that we are called internal respiration. So this is called internal respiration. What is the meaning of internal respiration? Means between the respiratory organs and cells. So between the respiratory organs and cells. So this is very important. So between the that is respiratory organs means from lungs to every cell. So they are the lungs to every single cell, means the cells and lungs are connected by the blood vessels. Maybe their artery and veins are connected between the lungs and cells. So means this present in our internal that is anatomy, means in our body. The lungs and every single cell or every organ is connected with that is by the blood vessels, means every organ single cell connected with respiratory organs in the internal of the body, that we are called as a internal respiration. So means our respiratory system also shows internally transfer the oxygen to every single cell. So again, this every single cell release the carbon dioxide into the blood. That blood is transferred to lungs, and lungs gain the oxygen from the as a external respiration, gain the oxygen and transfer the oxygen through the blood to the every single cell. So here also the oxygen and carbon dioxide exchange is present, but between the lungs and cells there is no environment is present. Only in this process is present in only in our body. So that's why this we are called as a internal respiration. Right. So in the internal and external respiration, suppose as a just one idea. Suppose this is weather. The weather is means environment. The oxygen is present. The oxygen transport to nostrils, nostril to lungs. So this is nostril to lungs. So means the oxygen is transport to lungs only. And at the same time, the lungs transport the carbon dioxide through the nostril to that is environment. So this is a reverse process present in the lungs, that is release of the carbon dioxide into the environment. So this we are called external respiration. But what is the meaning of internal respiration? Means lungs to cells. So this is suppose our cells, every organ, maybe these organs or cells are present. So every cell line between the lungs, same here, the gain of the oxygen is, suppose here the oxygen is transferred from here to lungs. The lungs again transfer the oxygen through the blood to every single cell. And at the same time, the that is carbon dioxide is also released in the cell. Carbon dioxide again transferred to lungs. So this is called as a external and this is called as a suppose internal. So this is called internal between the lungs and between the cells. So this is the idea of the types of respiration. So in the next slide, that is structure of the lungs. So this is the complete idea of the lungs. Actually here everybody knows that we are studying from the that is from 5th 6th and from the up to 10th inter we are also seeing the structure of the lungs. So the structure of, in the structure of the lungs, every lung is containing as a two, that is sacs like structures. The lungs means they are as a sac like structures. Actually every sac like structure of the lung, that is covered by the that is main membranes. Suppose this lung is covered like this membrane and these lungs are also covered by the, there are two membranes are present. Every lungs are lined by the two types of membranes. So that membranes we are called as a that is one we are called visceral flora. Actually membrane we are called as a flora, but in the flora there are two types of there. The outer, the suppose this is outer flora, that we are called visceral flora. Suppose inner flora, suppose this is inner flora, suppose this is means inner membrane. So this is called as a parietal flora. Parietal flora, so means inner membrane of the flora. So this is outer membrane, that is visceral flora. This is parietal flora, inner membrane. Between the outer and the inner membrane, the space is present. That space we are called as a, suppose between the suppose between these two, suppose this is black color, the black color space is present. Suppose not color, the cavity like structure is present. This is called pleural cavity. So that is called our pleural space, that we are called as a pleural space. So means every lung covered by the flora. That flora is consist of two membranes that we are called visceral flora, which is present outside of the lungs. That is means outside membrane. Inner flora that we are called as a parietal flora, and between the parietal and between that is visceral, the space is present that we are called as a pleural space. Why these membranes are contain this type of space means if the any that is accidents are there, if the any pressure are present on our that is abdominal side or thoracic region, they are not they are defense, or they are protect the lungs of the structures, or lungs alveoli or total structure of the lungs. So this is about the that is membrane of the lungs, that is called flora, pleural membrane. So after pleural membrane, you are observed that every lung, their weight is 450 grams. Actually, in human beings, maximum means that is 450 grams weight is present. Each one lung, suppose it is a right side and it is a left side lung is present, the right and left side separately they are weight as a 450 grams. So this is the weight of the lungs. And you observe clearly in this picture, that is in our body, hearts are open into uh, by the environment, means outside of the body, means just you observe that suppose so the lungs weight is 450 grams. And in the structure of the lungs, there are two lungs are present. One we are called as a right side, this is called as a right side, and this is called as a left side. In the right side there are three lobes are present, one, two, three, and in the left side only two lobes are present. So the first lobe we are called as a anterior lobe, middle lobe we are called as a mid lobe, and posterior lobe, that is third one lobe is present. And for that is in the left side only anterior lobe and posterior lobes are there. So means in the right side of the lung there are three lobes are present, in the left side of the lung only two lobes are present. So this is the differentiation between the right and left side of the lobe. And at the same time, every lobe, every that is structure of the that is lungs opened by the that is called as a branchias. So this is called branchias. The branchias are open into the every lungs as a branch like structure is present. That branch like structure of the branchias is open into the trachea. So trachea is start from our vocal cavity from here. That is vocal cavity. We are saying this is vocal cavity. That means pharynx. The pharynx, near the pharynx, the larynx is present. From the larynx, the trachea is produced. The trachea is open into the that is bronchus. That bronchus is open into the lungs. So in the suppose observing the clearly in the next slide, this is the complete one idea of the lung structure. Actually, this is a trachea. So this is trachea from the larynx. Here the larynx is present, that is open into the branchia, the branch like structures. That branchia is again divided into that is four types. One we are called as a primary branchiole, secondary branchioles, and tertiary branchioles, and finally terminal branchioles. Means every branchus again divided as a branches like structures, again divided as a branch like structures. So this branch, like when they are divided, that is as a continuously, the first we are called as a primary, the first division of the branchus, that we are called as a primary, and second again divided, that we are called as a secondary branchioles, and third one it is divided as a tertiary, and that is finally it is end by the that is a division that we are called as a terminal branchioles. Finally, the terminal branchioles form as a sac-like structures like this the sac, or as a ball-like structures form, that we are called as a alveoli. So alveoli form as a final structure of the that is respiratory organs. So means it is begin from the nostril, and nostril cavity, and internal nostril, and then that is pharynx, pharynx to larynx, larynx to trachea and this bronchioles, and finally the alveoli, and that alveoli form as a lungs like structure. Number of alveoli are present in the every that is lung. So nearly that is 480 millions of the alveoli are present in that is respiratory organs of the one animal. So mainly in human beings, that is 480 millions of the sac like structures are present. These sac like structures are very very important, that we are called as the alveoli. So these alveoli are containing number of that is arteries and veins. Veins are present in the alveoli, and number of arteries are present in the alveoli. These are very very important for the gain the oxygen and transfer the oxygen into the blood. At the same time, they collect the carbon dioxide from the blood and transfer into the lungs. So that we are called as a alveoli. So these alveoli are finally the production of the, so finally structure of the, that is respiratory organs. And uh, so see here the track, the respiratory tract, how the respiratory tract is present in animals means most of the animals, mainly in human beings, that is that suppose this tract you are observe that external nostril. So the external nostril is open into the nostril cavity, and this nostril cavity is open into the internal nostril. The internal nostril is open into the pharynx, where the buccal cavity and that is combined, where the buccal cavity is present. This buccal cavity is also open into the pharynx. The nostril or internal nostril is also open into the pharynx. So that pharynx again open into the larynx. The larynx are again open into the trachea. Already we have discussed the trachea, the main branch of the respiratory tract, that we are called trachea. And the trachea that is formed as a branch, that we are called branchus. The branchus is formed as a number of branches, that we are called as a branchioles. That branchioles primary, secondary, tertiary and terminal branchioles. The terminal branchioles again form as a sac like structure, that we are called as a alveoli or alveolis. So that finally alveoli from the left and right side, they form as a structure that we are called lungs. The structure we are called as a lungs structure. So this is the respiratory tract of the lungs. Right. This is the structure of uh, about the idea of the respiratory tract. So here the nostril is present. So suppose this is called a nostril cavity. So this we are called that is nostrils, and nostril cavity, this we are called as a internal that is nostrils, internal nostrils. This open into the pharynx, and this again open into the larynx. So the pharynx is connected with the nostril cavity, and it is also connected with the mouth part. So this pharynx is open into the larynx, and larynx is open into the trachea, the first part of the lungs, that we are called trachea. And the trachea is open into the branchioles, sorry, branchius, that we are called as a branchius. So these are the branchius. So these are we are called as a branchius. So this branchius again open into the, as a branch, number of branch like structures, that we are called as a branchioles, that we are called as a branchioles. So these are the branchioles, and that branchioles finally form as a sac like structures. Finally they form as a sac like structures, that we are called as a alveoli. So these alveoli are very very important for the transport of the oxygen and carbon dioxide. And at the same time, along with the that is lungs, the main structure is present. That structure we are called as a that is diaphragm, that we are called as a diaphragm. So here the last structure we are called as a diaphragm. So this is diaphragm. So diaphragm is also there, that we are called as a diaphragm. Diaphragm is very very important, that give the that is base to the every lung structures. So every lung structure that is based on the base on the that is diaphragm. And again our lungs are protected by the that is mainly in the thoracic region. That region is covered by the that is partial bones, we are called as a that is ribs. The ribs are very very important for the production of lungs. So this is the production of the lungs, and the that base part is also protected by the diaphragm. So this is the lungs structure. And in the next one, so this complete track. And the next, gases transport exchange in the lungs. So actually the gases transport the track is very very important. The oxygen and carbon dioxide is transported in the lungs and tissues. Actually oxygens are transported in lungs and also in the between the that is blood and that is cells, and carbon dioxide also released in the cell, and they are transported into blood, and that also transported into lungs. So this we are called as a gases transport or exchange of the gases which are gained and which are released in our body. So in the exchange, actually the gases are exchanged in the lungs firstly. Suppose we are observing the lung structure, the gases is exchanged in the lungs. So that is, see here, oxygen and carbon dioxide exchange by the diffusion method. It depend on that is gases partial pressure. The pressure is present in our lungs. The pressure, some pressure is present. Every gases has a pressure. That pressure we are called as a partial pressure. So means partial pressure means actually the gases transport from the high concentrated to low concentrated. Means high concentrated means high pressure to low concentrated. Low concentrated means low pressure. So high pressure to low pressure, they transferred by the diffusion method, that we are called as a diffusion method. The diffusion method is high concentrated to low concentrated, the gases are transported. So same that mechanism is present in our lungs between the alveoli. So here that pressure we are called as a partial pressure. That pressure we are called as a partial pressure. So that partial pressure is different in every that is gases. Suppose you observe here, this is called as a oxygen partial pressure. So in this slide it shows only oxygen partial pressure. So oxygen partial pressure uh, that is in the alveoli, mainly in the alveoli or in the lungs. We are observe that oxygen partial pressure arteries of the alveoli as 100 mmHg. So the pressure is measured in the that is Hg, mmHg. So that's why in the alveoli of the lungs has their arteries has 100 mmHg PPO2, that we are called as a that is a partial pressure of oxygen or oxygen partial pressure. So here 100 mmHg is present in the alveoli of arteries. So it is a very high pressure is present when the by the inspiration, by the expiration, the oxygen is enter into our lungs by the inspiration. Suppose inspiration, that one pressure is present in our lungs. So means when we are gain the oxygen and that oxygen is filled our lungs, and the oxygen when the oxygen is highly volume is present, our lungs are expand. When that lungs are expand, one pressure is present. That pressure we are called as a partial oxygen pressure or the oxygen partial pressure. So that pressure is present in our lungs as 100 mmHg. So this is very high, that is pressure is present. But in the alveoli of the veins, suppose you observe in the veins, that pressure is very very low in the veins, because the vein is contained deoxygenated blood, and present, that we are called 40 mmHg. So means in the arteries, in the lungs, the 100 mmHg is present. In the alveoli of the veins, means where the that is deoxygenated blood is present. In that area, the oxygen partial pressure is only 40 mmHg is present. So this 40 mmHg is very very low pressure when we are compared with 100 mmHg. Then the oxygen is easily diffusion from the lungs to the veins of the alveoli, means they are not entered the arteries. They are not entered to the arteries. The oxygen is present in the lungs. That lungs pressure we are called as a 100 mmHg pressure, that we are called a partial oxygen pressure. That oxygen pressure is that is every time try to enter the towards the that is low pressure of the area. So here the low pressure is present in veins of the that is alveoli. So this alveoli contains veins contain very low pressure. That's why the 100 oxygen partial pressure, the oxygen at the 100 oxygen partial pressure, the oxygen is transferred into the veins, means where the deoxygenated blood is present. So this we are called as a, so this diffusion, the diffusion is not easily present in lungs between the veins. Actually here the pressure is present. By the pressure, the high concentrated oxygen when the present in the lungs of the arteries and in the lungs, in the bronchioles, then the oxygen is easily try to escape into the low pressure of the areas. So the 100 mm easily the oxygen is directly towards to escape, try to escape and try to that is transfer to the of the alveoli, and that pressure we are called as a 40 mmHg oxygen pressure. So this is oxygen partial pressure is present in the lungs. So everybody don't know that how the oxygen is enter into our body, how our blood is gain oxygen. So means this is depend on oxygen partial pressure. Oxygen partial pressure is present in the lungs 100 mmHg, that is highly pressure. So where the low pressure is present in the alveoli of the that is deoxygenated blood containing veins, there is a very low pressure is present. Then the oxygen is transferred from high means 100 to 40 mmHg of the partial oxygen pressure. So by this diffusion method, so that is very very important, that we are called as a diffusion, that we are called as a diffusion method. The diffusion method is depend on oxygen partial pressure. So this is the very that is important mechanism from the gain the oxygen into the deoxygenated blood. What is deoxygenated blood means? The Hb is present, that is not contain any oxygen molecules. The veins are containing only Hb, there is no oxygen molecules. So in this time the oxygen is transferred from the lungs to the hemoglobin area, that which is veins are present. So then the hemoglobin is ready to gain the oxygen, as a four molecules of the oxygen is gained by the that is hemoglobin. So means every hemoglobin gain, that is 4 oxygen molecules at the vein or alveoli. So the 4 Hb gain 4 oxygen molecules. So they are ready to gain when the pressure is present, when the inspiration is there, then the Hb is ready to catch that oxygen molecules to transfer in, that is into the cells. Through the blood they are transferred to the cells. So this is oxygen partial pressure. But in the next slide, carbon dioxide in the lungs. So this we are called as a carbon dioxide partial pressure. So actually it is a very very different when we are compared with oxygen partial pressure. Now here you are observe that the carbon dioxide arteries, Actually, in the arteries, that is that is uh, there is no carbon dioxide is present, the oxygen is present, so there the 40 mmHg is present, the 40 mmHg is present. So that 40 mmHg is very low, means there is no carbon dioxide in the arteries, the carbon dioxide is offset. But in the veins of the alveoli, the 40 mmHg is present. When the carbon dioxide is transferred from the that is cells to alveoli veins through the blood veins, that alveoli veins containing highly pressure, the 45 mmHg is there. Then that pressure, but in the lungs of the arteriole, means lungs, only 40 mmHg is there. So it is a very low, that is pressure is present in the lungs. But in the that is veins of the artery, the high pressure is present, that we are called as a 40 mmHg. This high pressure, that is pressure on the carbon dioxide, and then it is transferred into lungs. Then the lungs easily release the carbon dioxide to the environment by the expiration process. So this is very very important mechanism is present for the release of carbon dioxide from the lungs to environment. So means in the vein 45 mmHg is present, in the lungs only 40 mmHg is present. The 45 mm is very high pressure, the 40 mm is very low pressure for the carbon dioxide. That's why from the veins of the alveoli, the 45 mm Hg, at the 45 mm Hg, the carbon dioxide is transferred into lungs. That lungs are transfer the carbon dioxide from the outside of the body by the expiration. So this is also very important for the release of carbon dioxide from the lungs. That is also called as a partial pressure of carbon dioxide. So means some pressure 45 mm or 40 mm. This is quite different. This is very different to the that is oxygen partial transfer of